Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe Panther the Third, and man, we're in the middle of Women's Wrestling Month. And I've talked to people from Australia, from here, there, everywhere, even. No, but I won't say that part. But right now, I have a young lady she's coming up in the wrestling world, and I said, I need to bring her on because I feel something awesome with this young lady. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Allie Allbright.
Oh,
Welcome, Allie.
hi, besties.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, awesome. Now you've been internationally known, so it's like when Jay Leno announces the people and then they get a spotlight over them. It's like, see, look,
Oh.
who's this girl?
Right.
Yes.
Well, my little spot. Here's my little spotlight.
Ta-da! So,
Ta-da,
Allie,
yay.
who trained you?
So my main trainer is Reverend Ronnie Roberts. You can see him on Netflix on Wrestlers streaming
Oh,
now.
wow.
Cheap plug.
That
And
was a good
also,
series too. I love that series.
yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
Oh.
But yeah, he's great. And also the Outrunners, Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. They're doing great stuff in Ring of Honor as well. And but mainly Ronnie Roberts and also Billy Starks had quite the impact on me training. So shout out to Billy.
She's been on Dudes at Ringside, former guest.
Sweet. There you go.
I had her fun. Well, then I'll tell you my whole fun thing with Billy after I'm done asking my first question. So, Allie, what made you take this step and join this fun world of the professional wrestling?
Oh my gosh. Where do I start? So I've always been a wrestling fan. My sister and I have been wrestling fans since we were 7 or 8 years old. I'm 25 now. So a pretty long time, but yeah, I've always been a wrestling fan. I always gravitated towards, some of the greatest characters like Jeff Hardy and, as you do as a kid, John Cena, Edge and Christian. And I just said, I want to do that. And, you looked at the women, speaking of Women's Wrestling Month, you looked at women, back then weren't really getting the opportunities they are now. And so I didn't really look up to those women as much because they weren't given opportunities. They were being held back. But it wasn't until Sasha Banks came along that I really believed that I could be a wrestler, and that's when I said I want to do this. So Sasha Banks is really my biggest inspiration.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
as you said, one of the biggest inspirations was Sasha Banks. So as a kid, watching all these women's wrestlers, who was the ones that I know you said Sasha, but is there any other women's wrestlers that really you caught your eye and it was like, that's who I want to be like when I get older?
Oh yeah. Definitely Sasha Banks, like I said, and Bailey, basically the four horsewomen, that era, that crop of women. Um, when they had their match at Brooklyn, the famous Takeover
Mhm.
Brooklyn match, I just sobbed my eyes out about how amazing that was, and that's really the match that got me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where did you get this big inspiration for this character for Allie Albright? Where did you get? I know it seemed to me it's like a Bailey-ish
Yeah.
character. So
Mhm.
am I right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I get that all the time. I definitely think there is some parallels there. Yeah, it's just the character is basically me. I mean, that's what I've always gravitated towards when I look at wrestlers I look up to, or like athletes or whoever has a story that you can really connect with. Like with me being, I'm very anxious and I'm very nervous and I'm very introverted, but when I get in the ring, I just light up and that's where I feel comfortable. And to me, yeah, the character's just me, and I've drawn off of people who I can connect with their stories, who have been inspired to, chase their dreams, and that's just kind of what I want to do to inspire other people.
So let's go back, way back. What was it like the first time you walked in the training facility that you were training?
Oh my gosh. When I first walked in, so I train at Grindhouse Pro Wrestling Academy in Indiana. Same as Billy Starks. Shout out. Yeah, I knew I was just so nervous, like I said. I mean, as anyone would be, but I was just so hopeful that this was like the right thing that I've always wanted to do, and I was finally taking that step for myself. And I was just excited, full of confidence for the first time in my life, stepping into the ring. I learned how to lock up. I learned how to run the ropes at my first day, and yeah, I'll always remember that feeling for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So, like, what was some of the advice that your coach gave you when you first like your first few days there?
yeah. So my first few days, um, I was really nervous. Just in general, that's me. Like I said, like that's just me, nervous all the time. Um, But, I mean, the advice, like, I've always just been given is, like, don't be afraid to mess up. Like, everyone's there to help each other learn. It doesn't matter if you embarrass yourself. Like, what's going to happen? Like, we're all doing the same thing. We all want the same thing, the same goal. And mainly, the biggest advice is just to go all in. Like, just immerse yourself in it. Like, don't think about it too much. Just do it. And you'll find that your confidence will even grow. Like, when you stop caring about like what people think or like if you look stupid or whatever. So that's probably the biggest thing, just to immerse yourself in it and yeah, just be confident in what you're doing.
Let's go a little further.
Okay.
What was your energy like the first time you stepped through the curtain, and what music did you use?
Yeah, so I'm a huge Swiftie. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. Who isn't?
Yeah,
Um, so my first entrance music
people
and
that
actually
don't like Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm a huge fan. Go Chiefs. I have my Travis Kelsey bracelet on right here.
They're gonna win on Saturday. They're gonna win. I feel
Yeah,
it.
they better. I'm telling you. But
It's -7 degrees out there.
I
I
know,
don't
that's
know.
what I heard. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's cra
I'm gonna call them the fish sticks from now on because that's all we're gonna say is fish sticks.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, the first music I ever used, and I use now is "You Need to Calm Down" by Taylor Swift. It fits me, you know, my energy, my just emotions, just and yeah, that's what I've been using ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when you go to these shows, like, do you have to go like what do you have to do to get yourself from being in the car to getting backstage? Like, what is it like for you, like the day of a show?
Um, it's a lot of nervous energy. You could have guessed. But it's just so fun. I love so many people that I train with. We've all been getting booked, on the same shows and riding together. It's been so much fun. But yeah, just the energy. I'm always really excited. I'm always nervous, but I think that's just because I care. I'm not nervous in the sense that I'm scared. I'm nervous in the sense that I want to do good. I want to show everybody and prove myself and show everybody that this is what I was born to do. I truly feel that. And yeah, just nervous excitement energy, really, I would say.
So what is your go-to song in the car when you're going to the show? Is it a heavy song? Is it Tay Tay song? Or what is it?
Oh, it's definitely anything Taylor Swift. Anything. You Need to Calm Down, probably. I have everyone blasting that in the car. I'm turning everyone into Swifties one by one. Um, so yeah, probably Taylor. Anything Taylor. Anything
Awesome.
Taylor.
Did you ever come out to the ring dressed like her for Halloween?
No, I didn't. I should though, shouldn't I?
Next year, you got to wear the red lipstick.
Oh
The
yeah, 13 on my hand. Yeah.
Oh god, yes.
Yes, I
You got an
will.
alternate outfit. You gotta
I
get a
will.
Taylor Swift, the red tights. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god.
know. I know. I don't know if you've seen, but I actually have my new gear. It's like neon colors, and I say that
Yeah,
that's my like lover era inspired of Taylor's. So my
that's
gear. So
awesome.
yeah.
So when you go to the shows, do you, like, pack your own dinner or do you eat at the venue?
It just depends. Sometimes like if I'm traveling with all of my friends and stuff, and with a group of people, we'll stop before or after. Sometimes like I'm too nervous to eat, which is probably a terrible thing. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, usually I'll bring stuff. Yeah, just depends, I guess.
Well, before we go,
Okay.
if there's any kids watching, hello everybody. Hey little besties, little ringside crew besties.
Little re-
Um, if they wanted to get into the wrestling business and they didn't know what to do, what kind of advice would you give them?
oh my gosh. I would say for any little besties out there watching, first of all, just believe in yourself and always trust your instincts. If it's something you can't go a day without thinking about or dreaming about and wanting to do, I think you should go for it. Whether it is wrestling, or whether it's being a doctor or whatever you want to do in life. Like I think you should just really go for it and trust your instincts and always work hard at it. You can always be practicing. Not even if you want to get into wrestling, you can be practicing promos at home. You could be practicing, just like what do you want to like be in a character. Like you can be thinking of character ideas. So I think just try to exhaust all your options. Try to, find a school or somewhere that's best for you and what makes you feel comfortable, somewhere that you um, really like and takes good care of you. And I say just believe in yourself is the main thing. So yeah, I would say that.
Before we go, Allie, is if my fans would like to follow you on social media or like get any of your merch, how can they
Okay,
find you? Where can they get your merch?
sure. You can go to Pro Wrestling Tees. My merch is on there. Allie Allbright, right there, as you can see right there. Whoa.
Right there. Right there.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram. It's underscore Alleystagram, so it's like my name but Stagram, like Instagram. Yeah, and my Twitter or X, whatever, is Allie Wrestles. So it's just Allie and Wrestles. Yeah.
And Facebook too.
Oh, and Facebook. Yeah, Allie Albright. I'm on there. Find me on there.
Awesome. Allie, I
Yeah.
want to thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
so
on the
much.
podcast, Allie. It was awesome.
This is fun.
And I would definitely have you on during the middle of the summer. I'd definitely love to have you on so you can check in
Yes,
and come
please.
back and tell me what have you been up to. And also, this podcast always gives magic off, so you're eventually going to
Oh,
get a nice heavy belt one day.
oh,
So,
period. I'll be having it on my shoulder next time I'm
oh
here.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's called Dudes at Ringside Magic. So
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'll put
yeah.
stickers, like I'll bedazzle it, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I'll give you I'll
logo
have
on it.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm Joe Panther the third,
I'm Allie Albright, besties.
and we will catch you in the next one. Have a good day. Or have